Hi, it's Debbie Donovan from Londonderry, New Hampshire with Be Happy Cards and Crafts. Have you ever wondered where we get our inspiration when we're making cards? Last week's inspiration came from the front of the catalog. I made the card that they shared on the catalog. This week's inspiration, I found, I've been holding on for this because I really liked it and I knew I could make a card one day with it. It's a soap that I had from, I believe it's Bed and Body Works, something like that. And I've used the soap all up. I rinsed it out, but purple's my favorite color, and this has all purples that I like. So I've been waiting to make a card using these colors and this similar type of pattern. Wow, the pattern finally came along in Blessings of Home. If you look on this side, and I kind of can compare it here, it's similar flowers. And so I'm going to show you that today. So and I'm excited. I used, this is the cutout for the big floral piece. And then I used a lot of these little sprigs to get the foliage pieces that are right around the flower. And there's a little purple one down here too. I used rich raspberry for. So let me turn you down and I'll show you what I did. I always have a habit of saying we, because I'm in business with two other people. Hopefully that's adjusted in a good spot. I see more of me than the actual card. Let me push just looks like my camera's back further when I have it there, but I want the frame to have the picture. So I already have it. I already have the stamp on my little Misty here. So I'm just going to do a quick rub the black on this because it gets it on a lot quicker. It's a big stamp. Let me just... Oh, bracelet's making noise. I have my heater going today because it's very cold here in New Hampshire. Yesterday we had blizzard. Well, it wasn't a blizzard, but it was warnings for going outside because it was so cold. And I'm gonna clean off my stamp. I don't like to keep them dirty for very long because it'll give time for the ink to set in on the stamp itself. So that's why I take the time to be good and clean them off during my videos. So we don't need this stamp anymore, so I'm going to put that back. Picking up all the other little stamps. And I won't be doing the cutting because I do have one already cut, but I wanted to do some of the coloring to show you how I did the coloring on it. I won't do all the coloring because that'll take too long. But I started out with light purple posy. And I did these roses. It's a very pretty color. I don't think it's in stock anymore. I think it's, well, I know it's not in stock anymore, so, but like I've told you before, I do keep my products as long as they're working. And they did have a hard time with the ink pad on this color, but the blends work perfectly fine. And blends are my go-to coloring technique. I do need to expand my palette into, I always forget about using my watercolors. And I went down to this flower. I want to make sure I get all the petals, the outside petals. And I have the, I want to call them chalks, but they're not chalk. They're like crayons. And I forgot the name of them. But I haven't even tried those yet. I'm not a big one for change, so once I find something I like, I pretty much, you can see I didn't have to worry about how I did it. And then the baked flour I used, which is it's one of our new colors, our new in colors, is a fresh freesia. These are the light shades I'm using, because I'll go back with the dark after. And I'm not being really fussy. My hand's a little tremory today, so it is. I don't want to make it go too far. But as you can see, when you color in, you can just not be fussy. If this was a regular, a Stamp Right marker, you would see all these lines. See, my hand's not cooperating with me today. But you can see, once you know where your color placement is, it goes pretty fast. It's the details, it's in the details that make it take longer. And then I'm going to do one more with the Highland Heather. Just wanted to get our different shades of purples in. And this one I need to order a new one. Will be on my February list. I've already made too many orders for January because I kept forgetting to order things. And then they've come out with a new stamp that'll come out to our customers in February about All Lives Matter. It just arrived yesterday. So these are the big colors. And you can see as they dry a different color, a little bit different. And in the, this one is a two-tone one. And actually there's a couple two-tone ones, but when I did them yesterday, I didn't like them all two-tone. But I did like how this was. And so this is my purple posy one right here. And what I did is I took the dark balmy blue and I did some petals in that. I didn't take this bracelet off because it just seems to be in the way today. And it just, using the blue over the posy, the purple posy, gives me the right shade that I wanted. I had a whole palette going of seeing what colors I liked over what. And you can see it starting to come to life. So I'm just going to do a couple little sprigs of the leaves. I used Granny Apple Green for the small leaves. And I do have some cutouts in the Granny Apple Green. And then I use Soft Succulent, which is another one of our in colors, on the larger leaves. And I tried to think of what I wanted to do in the center of these flowers because they're very large pieces of the canvas. And I tried a few different things, and I ended up going with the white Blackberry Bliss I used in both of them. And again, not fussy. Just go around the circle. And again, mine is going to look different because I started with gray underneath. And I didn't really like that. And I didn't want to bring yellow into this, which would be my normal inside of a And then let's go with my dark fresh freesia just to show you how I did the large flower. Gives you little cheat lines here You can just go along the lines to give it some coloring. I add a little bit more when I want to give it more shading. And I just kept it to the bottom, and I did the ring around just to make sure it was, and when it dries it just gives it a little tint. And I did the same thing with the Highland Heather, and on the little flowers I did them different colors. So this is actually the piece that I did, and I cut it out. So now I'm going to get the rest of my pieces out. I'm going to put my card together first because it's going to have a 3-layer card. Again, you're going to fold where the mountain fold is. I'm just going to use my large scrapbooking gun. Maybe. Looks like it's messed up. It is. So I'm just going to use some glue on the back. I have scrapbooking tomorrow, so I thought I'd get away with just using that. Okay. Glue is working quite well. Roll it off my fingers. So I'm doing a very thin line of glue on this. And this is an A2 card, so the gorgeous grape is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25, which is that's the thing with the glue, it slides. That's my typical size card that I will make. I like that size card. I like the looks of it, and it fits in our racks that we have for the 2 shops that we sell our cards at. And the glue is a little bit more forgiving when you want to pull it off. You have a little bit of time to fix it. That's better. I don't usually do a lot of 3-layer cards. I don't know why. It's just, like I said, I'm a creature of habit. So I like to, trying to make sure everything's in the center. I'm looking underneath. Hi, Carl, and Linda, and Kelly. I can't see who's on when I'm down, but I just did a quick peek and I could tell that you guys were watching, and thank you for watching. And then I'm going to layer it with the white. This is why I usually use the Stampin' Seal, but I didn't have any out this morning. Okay, so now I'm going to want this placed here. So now comes the fun. I don't want to get these off my card, so I know I have to cut them down. I can see a little piece didn't come out. Just use my tool to pull that. When they're cutting, they cut the little circles out for you too. So I think I'll put some glue down this way, because I'm going to tuck that quite a ways in. Then I'm going to take the other raspberry one and do the same thing. It's going to go down on this side. My hands are being really jumpy today. Then we're going to take our, this is another one, didn't come out. This is the soft succulent. I love this color. I'm going to put one up near the top here. And then I'll do one down at the bottom. I like to balance my colors. As you can see, I'm doing them almost across from each other. And I'm just checking where they're staying on the card. Now we have our Granny Apple Green. And let's see where I wanted to add some right in here. So I'll probably put the same piece, because I have several pieces of that, because there weren't very many leaves on the coloring, so I hope everybody's having a nice warm day, keeping warm out there, because if you don't have to, don't go outside. I'm lucky because I don't have to go outside most days. I'm not a winter person anymore. I used to be when I was younger. I liked the snow, but I mean, I like looking outside at the snow, but I like to watch my birds playing in the birdhouse. I mean, in the bird feeder. We have quite a few varieties that come around. I'm going to add a green right here. And you can see how just having these little cuttings just upgrades the card quite a bit. Or at least I think it does. And then one right about here. And now I'll just put a little bit of glue on trying to get my hand from not shaking, but it's just life, something you have to deal with, or I deal with. I have my heaters going today in the house. I have a little fireplace and then a little electric heater that I have in my craft room here, and my cats love it. I have one laying in front of one and one laying in front of the other. Okay, so this is the top. I just want to check my spacing. Use my glue mat just to make sure that none of the glue gets on me and I can press it down better. Actually, flip it over, and then I can give it a good press. And so there's my card. So I'm going to turn you up. I do have the inside that I have my little gems first. I'm a sparkle girl, so it always has to have a little sparkle to it. I just, with my little tool go. If I can use this. Oh. So these are just clear rhinestones, and I'll put one there, probably one right there, and one right there. You always do odd numbers, so 3 is usually the magic number, the theory of 3s. So I'm going to turn you back up, and I'll show you what they look like. Hi, Tina. Nice to see you watching today, too. So here's the finished card. And here's where I got my inspiration. I just have to slide back a little bit. Was from a bottle of soap, hand soap. So I think it looks pretty good. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed watching today, and stay warm and have a happy everybody that has birthdays this week, because I know my family, I've been sending out birthday cards a lot this week. I sent 4 out for the birthdays for this weekend. So anybody that has birthdays, have happy birthdays. It's my birthday month, so, but it's my birthday's the end of the month. So have a warm day, stay warm, and I'll see you next week. Bye.